Yash,
Good
and
morning,
thank
ma'am.
you so much for coming in for such a short notice. But it must be such a great day for you, right?
Indeed, indeed, it is.
So, how do you feel about your success, and how long did you wait for this?
I feel elated because I have been trying to. I mean, I knew that I wanted to do law since 12th standard, and I started preparing in the summer vacation of 11th. That is during the first lockdown. So ever since that, initially I did not think that I'd be able to get into a NLU. So the preparation was a bit tepid, but later I took up that belief somewhere that I can do it. And then in the last 5 months, it was very, very rigorous, very, very hectic. And it finally feels like it all paid off today and yesterday.
Thank you so much, and I'm very proud of you for acknowledging the hard work. Because what happens is when a student prepare for long term, this is one of the thing. A lot of people who are going to ask for dropping in everything, they are going to have this issue. Is it worth it for that long wait, that excruciating wait when you don't score good in mock, when you don't know, you feel like whether you are in right direction or not. So in those cases, how did you make sure that you remain, balanced and you remain focused on your journey?
I was in a similar situation. So I remember just 5, 6 months ago, I think in February or March, I was getting somewhere around 60s or 70s in the mock. However, I never let that bog me down. I gave more mock tests. I analyzed more past papers, more mock tests. I analyzed more sectional tests. And I kept going. By the time I could comfortably score above 100 in the mock test, every mock test I gave, and this took 3 months. So it's not going to come easy. It's not going to be like one day you're scoring 70 and the next day you suddenly wake up, feel bad about your score, and you're going to score 100. So it will take 2, 3 months, but you have to keep going because I can assure you that when the results are out, when you see your scorecard, it's totally worth it
At 12 o'clock at night.
after a
Right.
long, excruciating wait.
True, 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 true. That's very true. So let's talk about your preparation subject wise as well, right? So let's
Yes.
go with the RC and English section first. What do you want to tell students who are preparing for CLAT 2022 or any year for that matter? How should they go about their English preparation primarily?
So for English preparation, the first thing I'd recommend is to solve as many sectional tests and as many English sections as possible because that is the actual format of the exam and you have to be comfortable with it, familiar with it. And while solving that, I used to time myself. So I used to make sure that I never spent or at least tried to keep my time within 25 to 30 minutes for the English section. That's one thing. The second thing is to read as widely as possible because often you get text from a variety of sources. Like we had one from Sherlock Holmes, which is like a classic English literature essay subject. So you have to be prepared for reading um, the new meta policy language of COVID-19 infections, vaccinations, etc., to reading the classics like Sherlock Holmes. So you have to read as widely as possible so that you're comfortable with reading whatever comes your way. And lastly, you have to prepare your vocabulary, your idioms, your proverbs very, very well. Because even if it's asked for 1 mark, that 1 mark still counts a lot because there are dozens of people on a single mark. Like the example of the word repet, the antonym of incorrigible.
Right. And as well, because it gets maybe at the top score, even you'll see a lot of people tying. So, yes, it's very important that they work on everything. One of the important question most of the student, although we tell them to do it, but they do try to think about it, ki nahi, nahi, ma'am, whether it will come or not. That is grammar. Should they focus, if they are preparing long term, should they focus on grammar as well? Did you focus on grammar as well properly or not?
Yes, of course. So according to the CLAT pattern, grammar and vocab isn't something most people think would be there in the paper like IELTS or SLAT. But I would definitely recommend that you do not turn a blind eye to vocabulary and grammar because that is super important for any English section. As I said, even if it's for 1 mark, it's super important. That 1 mark counts, and it's an easy mark because grammar and vocab won't have different interpretations as passages might have. So that is a mark you have in your bag.
Right, right. Okay, so that's very good and concise idea related to English section. Let's now talk about the next section, that is your GK, right? General knowledge. CLAT, it was a very, very unexpected question for some, but how it was for you? And what kind of GK preparation did you do? Do you recommend static GK as well or not?
So looking at the paper of this year, I would definitely recommend static GK. For example, the Gandhi Prize or the Wetlands Day, etc. So yes, I did study a lot for static GK as well as current GK. For current affairs, I read the newspaper religiously every day, every single page of it, and this is something I definitely recommend with a very strong emphasis to every CLAT aspirant. I read the Indian Express, the Hindu, Financial Express, every single page, every single article for 1.5 years continuously, very religiously, and all the editorials, op-eds, and other columns, the explain column in Indian Express. I definitely recommend it, even if it might seem monotonous, even if it might seem the same repetitive stuff being written again and again. And for static GK, all the days, the tribunals, the court judgments, and all of the standard set you have to do.
True, true. Okay, so let's now talk about your next section. The point is, in competition in GK, you can expect anything. So it's better to do everything, right?
Absolutely, as much as you can. Of course, it's not possible to cover everything there is in the world, but you have to do it as much as you can, and you have to start early.
So I know most of the student will ask this question. Source for your GK newspapers, right? That is the main source you are recommending. What happens is a lot of students at the end try to go through the compendium and important topics only, but that I believe is not sufficient, right? Did you refer to the compendiums, or would you say compendiums or yearly compendiums in itself are sufficient?
In itself, they're definitely not sufficient. They are supposed to complement your other efforts, mainly the newspaper, because at the end of the preparation, you get a compendium of 200 pages, and you cannot possibly go through all of it and remember it. It can only serve as a revision to what you have read in the newspapers months ago. So I think that is what the compendium is for. But of course, it's very helpful. But primarily, I took it from newspapers because it's a
True,
long, drawn out process.
true, true, true. Very good. So another thing is logical section, right? Did you, or are you appearing for ALIT also tomorrow?
No.
Now, now obviously not. Okay. So did you prepare for AR also? And CR, of course, you did prepare. So what was your preparation? And if you did prepare for AR, why did you do that? Because a lot of, again, when I start preparing students for CLAT, no, what happens is most of them are asking, no, this will not come, ma'am. Why are we doing this? This will not come. Why are we doing this? So I really want to make sure that you tell these students that if we tell them to do everything, they should do it. They should just follow that and do it. So yes, would you also recommend that they should practice everything or they can skip on something?
Absolutely. The consortium has been showing us year after year that they are big fans of throwing surprises. So anything can come. Like this year, we didn't have any logical puzzles, arrangements, nothing. It was all CR. Similarly, next year, there might be more of puzzles like there were last year. So I prepared for both AR and CR. For CR, I solved as much as possible, and not just solved, but after I've solved, even months after I've solved, I went through that same exercise again, analyzing every answer, knowing how to think in a CR section. I think is very important because some might say that the answer is arbitrary, ambiguous, there might be differing interpretations, but in order to maximize your score, you need to get into the mind of the paper setter. You have to know how the paper setter thinks, and for that, analysis of the CR sectional test is very important. And AR, I also gave SLAT, so I was preparing for AR in that too. But as far as CLAT is concerned, I did solve a lot of logical puzzles, circular arrangement, matrix, calendar, family tree, date, age, calendar, all of that AR section. So you cannot assume that this will not come, this will come. Do not assume anything about the paper. Just do everything.
Thank you. And now let us talk about your next section, that is legal. Right? For legal, how did you prepare? Current one. And because what happens a lot of times, students go with expectations, right? This will come and this will not come. And something unexpected come, which was the case this year as well. They feel like, they don't feel confident enough and everything. And they feel frustrated basically. That, oh my God, why did I spend so many hours into this when there's no question related to it? And that frustration can get transferred into the paper as well. I'll take that question at the end, but first, yes, what about legal as such?
For legal, again, I practiced the sectional test, which is, I think, applies for every section of CLAT. As many sectional tests, as many exercises, as many problems as possible. But apart from that, for legal, I brushed up on my legal GK. I knew that it might not come, but I still did it because in some of the mocks that I gave, there were a few questions of legal GK. So I was not leaving anything to chance. So of course, important judgments, the Chief Justices, Solicitor
And they
Generals,
are
all
also
of that.
anyways part of your GK as well.
Yes, they're also part of your GK. So it will help you for GK. And in fact, for other law entrances too, it's definitely going to help.
Right.
And for other the reading, the passage based legal, I did read something beyond the mocks and sectional tests about the constitution, constitutional law, company law, arbitration, all of that. So whatever passage I saw in the legal section, I was not surprised with the idea behind that passage. I knew the idea, I just had to read it and grasp it. It was easier, definitely easier.
Okay, good, very good. I'm so happy to see how planned your preparation was. So, lastly, quantitative techniques section, right? No paragraph, no graphs, no tables. Directly, there was question sets which were there. So, how did you do about it? Did you get stuck in that wrong question which was dropped later? So, what was your approach for QT from the very starting, and what had you planned with respect to your section?
Admittedly, QT was the hardest among all the sections. And for the mocks, and for the sectional tests, I had seen questions which already we had been given the graph. We had the graph, the data in a tabulated form already. So for the actual paper, it was very surprising to not see the graph at all. And again, I emphasize, do not assume anything about the CLAT paper. They throw surprises at you, you have to face it. So yes, I had barely 10 minutes to do the quantitative aptitude section. And I was surprised I didn't have a graph or anything like that. So I just quickly, as fast as possible, with extreme levels of focus. I think you cannot think about anything else at that point of time. All you have to think about is the question and the data in front of you. I did tabulate the data myself in a quick 1-2 minutes, and then I just went through every question. And if I couldn't solve it in 10 seconds, I just moved on to the next question. So that way, I could solve as many questions as possible. And in those 10 minutes, I could score 8.5, I think, in quantitative aptitude.
Right, good, good.
And the question that was dropped, I
Yes.
knew there's something wrong with the question. So I felt that there's something fishy with this question. So I just skipped it. I just moved on to the next question.
Right, that's very good. So here we have discussed all your planning related to all the subjects, right? Now that question I asked you, when the key problem, this is something I face, at the end when I'm discussing with students, that if something unexpected come, it's okay and everything. So how do you keep yourself balanced at that point of time? How did you keep that, or how did you prepare yourself for that?
So to remain focused and to remain sane during the 2 hours of the exam, you have to first understand that those 2 hours are the most important 2 hours of your life at that point of time, and you have to put in the energy of 100 mocks into that 2 hours. So in order to prepare myself for that, what I did was I never solved the mock tests out of time, even if they were paper and pen mock tests. I never solved them out of time. Like took 2.5, 3 hours for that. And importantly, I never looked up anything of the mock test on Google or other internet websites, etc. And I gave the mock test such that I simulated the exam environment in my home. Uh, no noise, closed doors, no disturbance, no mobile phone, um, no internet, as in other websites. So I simulated the entire environment in my home. So having given 100 plus mock tests in the months leading up to the CLAT, it was definitely easier for me to prepare for the exam heat. So practice as much as possible. Like I said, I gave more than 100 mocks and equal number of sectional tests with
And
simulating the.
how much time you used to invest to the analysis of test?
Yes, the analysis of mocks is very, very important. So I used to, 2 hours was the mock, and after those 2 hours, I used to spend at least 1 to 1.5 hours analyzing what is wrong in my mock paper. And then another half an hour to just go through whatever I've solved right. Because even if my reasoning is X, Y, Z, they might have an ABC reasoning for that. So I just went through that too, but a lot of time on what is wrong. So the next time I got a similar question in the mock, I had to make sure that I marked the right answer.
Right, right. Very good. So, did you expect this score? Did you expect Bangalore from very starting? And did you plan for the Bangalore, or you were prepared for something else? Also, did you file and fill any other form also?
Yeah, I did. As I said, I did take the SLAT.
Okay.
So
What's your score in SLAT?
I got 48.
Oh, that's good. That's still good. So yes. with
Yes.
respect to any other college? Because SLS Pune is near you, I guess that's why.
Yeah, I stay in Pune, so I gave SLAT. Although I couldn't prepare for it as much because I was focused on CLAT.
That's okay, but it's a decent score. I believe anyone scoring 48 would anywhere get counseling for SLS Pune this year as well.
Yeah. I did.
So that's good. And any other form?
No, I just gave
Okay.
CLAT. No IELTS or no other entrance exam.
Okay, good, great, very good. So this is very nice. And finally, lastly, I must ask this: that how did law prep help you?
So the law prep mocks I found to be very, very relevant because especially the English section, the RC section and the critical reasoning section, law prep had long passages and the CLAT paper also had long passages. So getting used to those long passages, I think helped me a lot, firstly. Secondly, the quality of content that law prep tutorial mocks had was stupendous. For example, we had essays on psychology, we had essays on politics, we had essays on history, and grasping such complex and sometimes abstract topics in a matter of 3-4 minutes is something that comes with practice. So I think solving law prep tutorial mocks helped me with that to face any and every passage I faced in the exam. And even the legal section, law prep tutorial had a passage and the situation just the way it came in the actual CLAT mock. So it wasn't too heavily focused on GK or too heavily focused on the principal facts pattern, but very, very relevant. And even the quantitative aptitude, like QT section of law prep tutorial was, I would say, difficult. And that was a good thing because the actual paper was very, very difficult for QT.
Right. Thank you so much. And Shreyash, we are very happy to have you here. Right. Thank you so much. And we are very
Thank you,
proud
ma'am.
of you and hope you get best of your success and best of everything at your, at the session and at your Bangalore. And I hope you are prepared for working hard there as well. Because you know what
Of course.
happens there is lot of they make you work like anything there also. So if you are in habit of reading 3-4 newspapers, is going to help a lot as well, right? I would also,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Anything else you want to tell to the students who are appearing?
Yes. So I think it's very important that in the course of your preparation, you do not let your morale and your health down because that is going to stay with you forever. So during my preparation, I made sure that I had at least 1 to 2 hours of time every day to not think about the exam, not think about the class, and just engage in hobbies, sketching, reading, etc. And I made sure that I worked out every day. So you have to keep your physical health and mental health in good shape. Otherwise, you might get your morale down and might not feel like continuing. So doing that, it's a long journey. It's a 2 year, 1 year journey to from the preparation day you start preparation to the exam. So you have to make sure health is very good. That's one of the greatest tips I can give to aspirants.
Right, very good. So you received message for the achievers batch as well, right? So did you utilize the content and everything? Did you go through the videos as well?
The videos were very helpful, especially with the GK section on
Right.
various topics like GDP, RBI, Black Lives Matter, etc. Although some of them might not have come in the paper, but they were very helpful to prepare me, to give me confidence that I can face this. And even the other content that we got, compendium, the GK compendium, the various books and the reading materials we got, it was very helpful, tremendously helpful for my preparation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shreyas. Thank you so much for coming